What's up, guys? What you just saw is me basically being mad that I can't draw girls, and I tried drawing a girl in what you're seeing right now. It's a footage, but that's not actually the topic that I want to talk about in this video. I haven't made a video in a long while. I just didn't have time. I filmed multiple drawing processes. I don't know if that's the right way to use that word. Um, Surprise, I'm still German and I still don't know how English grammar works. Huh? But I didn't really want to talk a lot in my videos, so I don't see the point in doing a video if I can't speak with you guys. So I'm sorry for not uploading a lot, but now let's come to the topic. Jealousy. Jealousy in friendship and in relationships. Why do I chose to talk about this topic? Because I'm a really jealous guy. It's a big part of my life, sadly. Unfortunately, I get really easily jealous, and it's quite annoying if you ask me. So let's start with the first point, jealousy in friendships. So I'm gonna talk about my situation, so maybe you can relate, maybe you can write me your situation in the comments. But I think talking about jealousy is something that needs to be talked about more because it's such a big part of a human emotion that I think, yeah, I need to talk about this. So I have a friend, a girl as a friend who has been my friend since 14 years right now. 1 and 4, since sometimes I can't pronounce the numbers correctly. Just so you know, 14, not 40, 14. And yeah, well, last time, me and my friend, she is now the one being jealous, and I tried to talk to her, told her that I understand what she's going through, but that's why I thought of this topic to talk about on YouTube. So back then, we were friends for 14 years. We were on the same school. We hang out every single day, and on the weekends we slept over by each other's houses. Yeah, what friends even do. And for some reason, my friend didn't allow me to have other friends because, well, no, I know it's because of jealousy, but back then I just thought she just wanted me to be miserable because she didn't allow me to have other friends. If I do happen to have other friends, she would always be mad at them and always say bad stuff about them. And well, I thought the same thing about her and her friends. Like, she always was allowed to have friends, but not me. I was always supposed to only have her as a friend and nobody else. And if I did, she was mad at me. And well, I was jealous of her friends as well because, well, if I can't have friends, why are you allowed to have them? But I didn't do anything about them because who am I to tell you that you don't have any other friends except for me? But each and every time, okay, no, wait, I'm gonna tell the story a bit more structural. So I finished school. Well, I didn't finish. I got a grade higher, which means I can do another 3 years of school, but I get a higher degree. She unfortunately didn't make it to that degree, so she had to go somewhere else. So we didn't see each other for every day anymore. And there was COVID-19, which made us not meet up a lot. And then my mental health had really bad depression. I'm still not great mentally, but it's better. So I didn't want to meet with anyone. And then when I got into the higher grade and we didn't see each other for every day, she started to get more friends and she found this guy, and she happily told me, yeah, well, I replaced you with I don't know, Brian. I'm just gonna call him Brian for now. And I was like, haha, funny, because I thought she meant it as a joke or something. She maybe wanted to get back at me because we didn't meet a lot in the last times. Well, she told me multiple times that Brian is so nice, Brian is so good, Brian here, Brian there. I need to think of Family Guy now, fucking hell. Yeah, and one time she told me that she replaced me with Brian over text, and I just wrote, oh well, it feels really fucking great that you just tell me this. And she just sends a thumbs up emoji, and that sent me into a spiral of not answering her at all, not meeting up with her at all, because I thought, well, she replaced me, she thinks it's good she replaced me, so I don't want to meet up with her anymore, because obviously I'm just taking her time and wasting it, basically. So, well, I started ignoring her. I thought, yeah, I'm doing something good for her. She replaced me, so she obviously doesn't want to have anything to do with me. You know what I mean? But, well, she was mad at me because I didn't text her, but she doesn't realize that what she's doing is hurting me. And after a few weeks of ignoring, I know this is not good. I apologized. We talked and it should be fine. Then we started meeting up more and more. But then she started having a different kind of job and I was still in school. And she told me how many friends she made and we couldn't meet up anymore because she wasn't around during the week because her job is quite a while away. And I started to get jealous. Now I'm not like her and start saying shit like, oh, I'm replacing you with this and that. I'm just sad and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna write you because, well, you have so many friends, so why would you write with me? I'm really miserable in my head. I don't like myself, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, well. But we started meeting up on the weekends, going to a city together that we both like, and it started fine. But I was always jealous of her for having other friends, for replacing me, for just throwing me away, basically. But after we talked, I just realized that she wasn't trying to do that. She was just trying to make me jealous because, well, I didn't text her. She missed me and didn't know how she could get a hold of me except making me mad and miserable, apparently. Ah, well. And now I have a different kind of topic about jealousy. Jealousy in relationships. Okay, I'm still gonna talk about my friend and then I'm gonna talk in relationships. So I started to have a boyfriend for 2 months now. That's crazy. I didn't think I would ever get into a relationship, but that's great. He's really lovely, by the way. He's not gonna watch my video. I'm not showing anyone I know my YouTube channel. That's too cringe for me. So I started meeting up with him, but I can only meet up with him on the weekends because he lives quite a while away. 5 hours with the train to be exact. And yeah, it kind of clashes with my time with my best friend. So she started to ignore me and she started to have another friend that I also know since childhood. Just, I don't know, what do I call him? Daniel. And I was like showing her a picture of me and my boyfriend. I was like, look, he's so great in here, because I wanted to share with her what I'm living, what it's like, and that I'm feeling good. I wanted to share my life with her, like to talk about things. If you know each other for 14 years, you don't have a lot to talk about anymore, if you couldn't tell. And she hated that. I didn't know that she hated that. She started ignoring me. No, she did what I did, but it put it on me because she thought I was replacing her with my boyfriend, even though I told her multiple times, you are still my number one friend. Nobody can replace you. And nobody can replace her. Like, we went through so much together, you know. And she didn't tell me. The thing is, when she's mad or when she's jealous like that, she doesn't tell me why. She's just passive aggressive in the chat. And then I'm like, what's wrong? What did I do? Why are you so mad at me? And she just says, oh, it's nothing. And then doesn't answer me for days on end. And then I'm like, it's bullshit. I'm talking to her. I'm telling her, when you ignore my messages and just start a new conversation, like sometimes I write her something, she reads it, ignores it for days, then days later she writes something completely different, not even answering my text, you know what I mean? So I told her, this is bullshit. If you keep on doing this, then I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can be your friend if you keep on doing this, because this is hurting me. Well, we tried to talk. She was really passive aggressive. She was like, well, you and your boyfriend, me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm meeting up with him because I can't see him a lot. Because this fucking idiot lives 5 years away from me. So obviously I'm meeting up with him, but I'm also meeting up with you. Mind you, during these times, I kept on asking her if she wants to meet up. And she was like, no, I'm doing something with Daniel. She didn't. I think she just told me she's doing something with Daniel to make me jealous. Well, it does work because I get jealous really, really easily, which is a problematic thing about me. And of course I got jealous about Daniel because I'm like, yeah, I think Daniel is great. I kept asking her, how's Daniel, how's he doing, to get like conversation rolling, but her trying to make me jealous that she's meeting with Daniel is like, why? I mean, it's great that you're going outside and have a great time with your friends. But then I kept on asking her what they did because, well, I'm interested in her life. She doesn't tell me a lot anymore. I think it's a part of her jealousy. And so I'm trying to ask her what's happening in her life. So we are talking, so she knows that she can talk to me, And she was just like, oh no, I'm hanging out with Daniel. I can't text you right now. Or she didn't even tell me anything. She was like, oh no, we did nothing. Oh, well, yeah, we just went there together. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but what did you do? And she's like, like nothing. Yeah, I kept trying to tell her about my boyfriend, but she was really, really mad that I kept bringing him up. He's a new thing in my life. I never had a relationship before. So, of course, I'm trying to talk to her about it because, dude, we know each other for 14 years. Well, after a while, I started telling her that this can't go on forever, and if she has a problem with me or whatever, she needs to talk about it. She did. She told me she was jealous of Marco, and I told her, you don't have to be. He's somebody in my life that I really, really like, really, really love, but you are as well. You are on a different level than him because we're not in a relationship. But you're still there. You're the number one friend. He's the number one boyfriend. I don't have another boyfriend, but you know what I mean. And I told her she's very dear to me, but if she has a problem, she has to talk to me about it. But she has a really big problems with that. I'm like trying to tell her that we can meet up there, and she was like, we're not meeting up a lot. And I'm like, why? We are meeting up almost every second weekend. I'm trying to take my time. I like having free time, but on one weekend I'm meeting up with my boyfriend, on the other I'm meeting up with her. I don't have any free time right now, but I'm trying this to show her that I care about her, but for some reason that wasn't enough for her, so I immediately tried to tell her, yeah, we can meet up there. Well, in the end, it kinda worked out. I told her she can talk to me whenever she has a problem or something. I don't know how it's going to progress, but I hope she learned that she is capable of trusting me with her problems. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. I'm gonna keep you updated, I guess. But now let's actually start about relationship problems, jealousy. So, like I already told you multiple times, I'm really, 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 really jealous. To the point where you're hanging out with somebody, I'm jealous. I'm working on that. Like with my friend, when she tells me she's around with Daniel, I'm I'm not jealous anymore. I'm like, yeah, you have other friends. We need to talk about something else, you know? You have other friends. That's totally fine. You're not only my friend. I learned that. I tried to tell her about it, but let's talk about relationships. Like I said, having a relationship is something new to me. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm really good. I still have to learn a lot. Like, especially since it's a relationship where we are far away, and it's quite easy to get jealous that way because you don't see the partner every single day. And on one hand, it's a good thing because if I see somebody every single day, I'm going insane. I'm really introverted. I like my alone time, you know. On the other hand, it's bullshit because right now I haven't seen him for a month because the trains are not working right now, and I'm really, really jealous. I'm really, really jealous. I'm jealous of everyone. Like, he found an old friend of his, and he told me how great this friend is, and I was like immediately jealous because I'm thinking everybody wants something from my partner, and that's not good. I'm jealous of TikToks he's watching and enjoying. He's like, look at this. This is great. I'm like, why can't I be this great? Why does he likes this TikTok so much and not me? I'm trying to change myself, like physically, my looks. I'm trying to change my looks to make him like me more because I'm just so insecure and jealous of like everybody else. I was even jealous of his cousin because he slept over at his cousin's home for almost 2 weeks. And when we called each other and he was also talking with his cousin, I was like really fucking jealous that somebody can spend so much time with him, with my partner, not with the cousin. And I try to get a hold of me to not be jealous because it's stupid. It's his cousin. The fuck should I be jealous about? But it's really, really hard. Especially for me, since I've been jealous my whole fucking life about everything. Like, somebody can have so much money, and why not me? Why am I not able to have that kind of money and buy me things? You know, I'm jealous of so many things, but in a relationship, it's our number one argue point. I am so jealous. Like, I can't comprehend it. Like, to the point where we are texting on WhatsApp. I'm German. I'm using WhatsApp. I'm not using Messenger. I'm not stupid. Sorry, I didn't mean like that. But when I see him that he's online, I'm like thinking, who's he writing with? Who's he writing with? Because he had different kind of dating apps on his phone. He deleted them after I called him out on it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm scared that he just found somebody that's better than me. And he's like texting, and I'm like, who's he texting with? I want to know, but I'm not asking him because that's stupid. He can text with whoever he wants. as long as he's not cheating on me. I don't think he will cheat on me. But my jealousy makes me think he is, but that's stupid because I know that he isn't. He wouldn't do that kind of stuff. But it goes to the point where when he talks about somebody and he's like, oh, well, they complimented me. I'm like, why did they do that? Are they into him or something? And that's not healthy at all. I'm trying to work on that actually. Like, before I write something, like, think about it. Think, why would I be jealous? They complimented him. That's great. He doesn't get a lot of compliments, so that's great. That's a confidence boost. I should be happy that he gets a confidence boost. You know, that I shouldn't be jealous. I should be happy for him. I should be happy that he's hanging out with his cousin that he hasn't seen a lot. I shouldn't be jealous. I shouldn't start an argument where I'm just gonna be like, well, why are you hanging out with them but not with me? Knowing full well we can't hang out right now because of the trains. That's stupid. So before, my number one tip is just, before you do anything out of jealousy, stop, close your eyes and think about it. You don't have to close your eyes, but think about it. Like a great, I don't know what's called in English. Great example is my boyfriend went on a swimming trip with one of his bros and a few other people, and I'm really jealous of that bro because my partner told me he may be into him, but it turned out he wasn't. And I was really jealous. I was like, why can't I be there with him? I want to swim with him. I want to have fun in the sun and just chill out at this beautiful site, because he lives somewhere in Germany where there's a lot of rivers and a lot of mountains, and it's great. But my instinct told me to just not text him, to ignore him, and because he's like mocking me with sending me pictures saying, look what a great time I have, and you're sitting in your home doing nothing, being sad that you're not with me. But that's stupid, because he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't show me pictures to make me mad. He sends me pictures to be like, hey yo, you're important to me, I want to show you what's going on in my life right now. So you know what I'm getting at? That's stupid. So what you know what I did instead? I thought about it. I was like, that's stupid. I should be happy that he's outside, that he can have fun with his friends. And I told him, hey yo, you're having a nice time. That's great. Next time, take me with you, please. You know? So if you also have jealousy problems like I have, then I don't have any other tips than just think about it for more than a minute, maybe even more than 10 minutes. Just think about it and then answer and then act on it. Because if you act immediately, then you're just gonna start arguments. Because it's gonna tire out your partner or your friendship if you keep bringing up being jealous. Because what's he gonna do? Not hang out with his friends and be sad and lonely like you are? No, he should be happy, and you should be happy that he's happy. You know what I mean? So instead of just acting instinctively out of jealousy, like, you're having a great time without me, well, and now I'm being mad, I'm gonna make you mad because then we're having an argument. Instead of doing that, you should be, yeah, that's great, dude, keep going, that's great, good that you are outside. And that's my only tip I have for being jealous. And I hope I'm gonna end this video here, but I could theoretically talk a lot more about this topic, but I don't want to make it too long. It's already longer than I anticipated. I have to put another footage of drawing there because my other one didn't reach the mark that I talked about. But if you have any tips about jealousy and how to prevent being jealous, write it in the comments. I take any kind of advice I can take. And well, I hope this video helped. I talked about a lot of personal things, but I hope it still helped, because maybe you can see from my example that, oh well, I also feel like this, so you're not alone. But if you don't feel like this, maybe I'm just weird. But I'm weird anyway, so I don't really care. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.